What's up, guys? So today I'm going to show you how to install BlueStacks and Polytopia on BlueStacks, particularly making this video because if you install BlueStacks normally, it will not let you run Polytopia. And another reason I'm doing this is because this is basically a free version of of Steam Polytopia. Insofar as that you're playing on mobile, which is free, but on a PC with a mouse and keyboard, as you see here. I'm literally playing this on a 24-inch monitor right here, and it plays just perfect. It plays fine. It plays really smooth. I'm at literally 300 FPS. So, and then another great thing about mobile is that there's more players. So, I highly recommend this. So let's get started. All right. So the first thing you're going to want to do is search up BlueStacks 64-bit. Now, um, if you're so basically Polytopia is only going to run on 64-bit, at least from what I have found on both the operating system and Android architecture option. If you just go to BlueStacks.com, download BlueStacks, it's not gonna actually give you this particular version of BlueStacks. Um, it says here, note to run this version, your PC needs to be VT compatible and VT enabled. So I'll show you how to do that real fast. Just press Control Shift Escape. Go to Performance. Go to go to CPU, which is what we're already on, and right here it'll say virtualization, and then it'll either say enabled or disabled. If it says enabled, then VT is on. If it says disabled, it's off. I'm not sure what to do, particularly if it's off, but I think there's a way you can enable it. If you just Google how to enable virtualization Windows 10, you might be able to find it out, but for most people, I think it should be on. And then also, to make sure that you have Windows 10 64-bit, go to your file manager, right click on this PC and go to properties. And where is it? Windows 10 home 64-bit right here, system type. So that just lets you know that the 64-bit version is actually going to work on your computer at all. So click download. All right, so this is what will happen after BlueStacks installs. The screen will come up, and basically you're going to want to sign into Google, which I'm going to drag it over here as I do that so that you don't get my personal information. Okay, so from here you want to install Polytopia. And then also there's another app called Rotation Control. And this one has higher reviews, so I got it last time. And then if you go on your home screen, it's just giving you some tips. But before you run this, if you don't install this rotation control app, basically Polytopia is going to be in vertical mode permanently. I tried every possible thing I could to rotate it. Like, there's a rotate button over here on the right of BlueStacks that didn't work, and I looked up a whole bunch of stuff. So anyway, this rotation control app is pretty straightforward. You just allow it here to permit drawing over other apps. Make sure that that is enabled. Then you can close it, I think. And if you just run Polytopia, and turn off this blasted music. Okay, let's try opening the orientation control app again. Oh yeah, so the other thing that you have to do in this orientation control app is once you've allowed it to draw over other apps, then click landscape here. And notice this, like, it's kind of like emulating a phone here, like I have two apps open at the same time. After you do that, I think you should be able to close it. Yep. And then another thing that I did is I went to settings down here in the bottom right of BlueStacks. I changed my cursor back to a default cursor. I went to display. I changed the resolution to a higher resolution because if you look, it's kind of blurry. Like once you get into a game on the default 1600 by 900. And then I also changed the DPI to 320 and save, and it will restart BlueStacks. Let's just test it out here. I'm not sure what's happening. Okay, new game. Let's be Cementi. And then the final tip that I have is you can actually go into full screen. Um, Somehow. I think it's F11. Yeah. So you just press F11 and you'll go full screen. And then the only other thing that you need to know, as far as I'm aware, is that to zoom in and out, if you're trying to use your scroll wheel, you want to hold down Control. Because by default, scroll is like to pan. But literally, other than that, this is almost exactly the same as Steam. I'm literally full screen on a 24-inch monitor. I can it runs smoothly and everything. So let me know if you have any questions or error messages in the comments, or if you know me on Discord, you can just send me a message.